Hi, folks. So we left off earlier where we were facing challenges with the code. If I open this up on Vercel and go to API, you will see the image is getting clipped here. So this being the current problem. Uh, so while off stream, I sort of looked up a few things. So I did configure the application to use AWS. So right here, if you look at it, so I've pulled in a few dependencies, the AWS Lambda Go library, and all I'm doing is like I'm creating this handler function, and then in main I'm calling this, starting this handler. And the way it works is it's the same thing. We are just handling errors in a different way, wherein that we pass them to the HTTP response. And similarly, what we have done here is our response looks something like this. So we have a status, we have a body which we encode to base64 and so on, right? Like we have the headers and all of that, but uh, the problem was still persisting when I deployed to AWS. And then I realized that yeah, it is not really a problem with the environment, but rather where we are deploying our application, which is a bigger problem, right? So if I then I sort of went to draw image. The problem, it seemed like, was the atomic sync that we were doing should happen uh, earlier. Let me show how it was earlier first. So earlier atomic sync was happening at the very top of the function, so immediately we were syncing. But I feel like this kind of blocks in some way. So I moved it to the very bottom, and then I also moved the wait group from done to defer done, right? And this seems to work, but considering that it's working, I don't see a lot of value in, like, and the problem wasn't platform related but application code related, so I don't see a lot of value in deploying to AWS. So what I'll do is I'll just get rid of all the AWS code, so we can revert our go mod and go sum. These we don't need. Let me also remove, I think we can start with this. For the file cleanup, we can clean up rem.rf collage and collage zip file and the main zip file. These I can delete. Main I can revert back to what it was earlier and not use the AWS file. Hopefully it continues working on Vercel, otherwise it will be a lot of work. Yeah, we can get rid of this file as well. So now in our main, let's check all the changes here. So if I look at main, we are doing a handle func. This is fine. I think like this is good enough for our local. And then if I go to API index, which is for Vercel, yeah, I don't see we have made a lot of changes. We have just removed this picture nail because this was never the problem. So let's commit all of this, right? Fixer and fix draw issue. So we'll just push it up to GitHub and from there to Vercel, and hopefully our issue gets resolved, right? Because currently if we go to go collage, yeah, right now you see that there's this problem. Hopefully this gets resolved now. So I'll just keep it here and then try to open it in a new tab once it's deployed. So for now it's still building. It knows that it has to build this file. Okay, we'll wait for the build to complete. think I think like it takes a lot more time than a node build, for that matter. It's been 15 seconds, I think, so far. Yeah, still building. Like, I think like there should be a way to at least directly push in a binary, although like that doesn't really seem the best option. Uh, while it builds, just give me a few seconds. Hi guys. So I think this is deployed. It says visit here, but it doesn't say complete here, so I'm not sure. But if I go to this URL, it says not found. No, it does work. Now we have to check it, like if I sort of do it multiple times, does it work consistently? It seems to work consistently. Yep. So this is the third time. Yep. Let's see like how long it takes to sort of load, and then we can add like cache on top of it. At least the cache headers should be there. So currently it's taking like around 3 seconds, and there is cache control of 0. So maybe we can go ahead and add the cache headers now. So we can go to this would be handler, which is in index go, but for some reason it doesn't open it. Let me close and open again. So this is index. So right here we'll just uncomment this, saying add browser cache back, do a push, and yeah, I think this should be fine. Let's give it another go. So going to go collage and then deployments. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Is it deployed or is it not? It seems it's deployed. So if we refresh, okay, I think now it resolved. So we have the cache headers, and this time the timing was 3.52. I think it goes up to 4 seconds, and the second time it's 170 milliseconds and so on, right? It's just, although like for resolving the first byte takes this long, and then content download is immediate, so that's good. Now I think like with this we can go to our readme and update this to say rx, come on, rx, I need a new keyword. Okay, so now I want the service to take in few parameters as well, right? So we can, I think we should do this all locally. So I think like this would be query parameters. First I want to start with grayscale or color, and then also image width, right? So if I pull up main.go and then I get a query here, right? So, or rather a request. So on R there is URL query, and this gives us back a slice. So let me just do a fmt.println on this. It doesn't seem to be happy. Is a function value. Okay, so do I need to call it, and then it returns the query parameters? Yeah, and values I think is just a slice. I might be wrong. What is values? Values is a map of string slice. Okay, so let's go run main.go. Go over here to our localhost 8080. So currently we get no slices. That is good. Let me turn off the logging. there is some logging going on. So there is fmt, nothing here. So let me search for rg and then fmt. Yeah, we are logging pictures, so let's get rid of this. Do a go run main.go again. Okay, so currently, yeah, we just see download logs, but yeah, you see like the map here is empty. But imagine if I do color is equal to true, right? And this time if I scroll down, you see like we get a color true. And then what if we do another parameter called width is 100 maybe? Do we get that value as well? Yeah, we do get it, right? So but I'm not sure why it's nested, but I think like there's a get on it. So what if we do, we go over here, we get the query, and what can we do on it? We can do a get, right? Get, we pass it a, so we'll say, we'll save it as query, right? And then we'll get the color is basically query dot get, we pass it color, right? And then similarly we do a width here as well, and we do width, and then we do a print of these two values. I want to see like what is the value in case it's empty. We'll print color and width over here, right? So we'll do go run main.go, run this. So I get true and 100, that is fine. But imagine right over here I get rid of these, both these parameters. I get empty values. Is that the case? I think I get empty. So how do we use this, right? So we pass this to our image manipulation, because this is what would use this. So it would be color and width, right? So we save this, we go to manipulate, and this will take in two parameters, color and color and width. Both of these would be string, right? This is complaining for some reason now. String has no field or method. Are we using width somewhere? No, we are using color. Oh yeah, color module I think we are using. Yeah, so we'll say I think let's change it to gray. Colored, maybe we'll name it colored. Color would be named to colored, right? And then we'll use the colored thing. Why is width complaining? Too many arguments. That's fine. We go over here, we take in colored and width. Both of these are strings. I think that should be fine. We will yeah, so I think resize, we can't use thumbnail now. We'll have to use resize, I think. So what values does it take in? Like one, like some value. So 1920 one. Resize scales the image to new width and height. I think we can still use thumbnail. Okay, let's see. How do we check? Okay, let's keep it like this for now. Let's go back to main and right over here. Let's do len. I think like len is fine. Len here as well. Let's try this out. I don't think this is a lot of value of logging the file name, so I think I can just get rid of it. We are doing log dot or something. Is it download? Yeah, this is the download file. So we'll just get rid of this. Or let's comment it out. Where else are we using log? Yeah, I think these are eventually going to be replaced with error logging, so log would be completely removed, but for now this is fine. So if I go over here, run this, so you see like we get 0 and 0, so this is what we'll have to check for. So now if I go to manipulation, image manipulation, here we check if len of yeah, this is resize, right? So this would be width is greater than 0. In that case, get all of this. Yep, paste it over here, and then yeah, let me come back to that in a second. And use the width here. No, it doesn't need the width actually, does it? Okay, actually let's not resize first. Let's resize first and then do the coloring part. This is all coloring actually. So we'll do if len of what is it? What's the parameter called? It's called collage. No, if len of width is greater than 0. In that case, what we do is we set resized collage again. We do resized collage is equal to this whole thing. Let's copy the whole line. Alright, and then instead of doing a colon here, we'll just do equal to, right? And then here instead of 1920, we'll just do width, right? But we need to convert it into a number because right now it's a string, so this would be uint because it is not going to be negative, so that's why uint. Now it's saying that variable is of type cannot convert width to uint. Okay, can I convert it first to int and then uint? No, cannot convert width. Does just int work? Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so we want to convert int or a string to an int. I thought we could do this with a casting, but it doesn't seem that would work. I think like there must be some error checking as well. So there is parse float and all of that. This seems like there's string conversion, but is there a better way to do it? Convert string to integer. Okay. Yeah, they recommend string conversion. Okay, we can just use it. So we'll just use in this case we'll just use str conversion.at. It says undeclared string conversion. Why doesn't it import this? If we do strconv, okay, the package might be wrong. Oh yeah, package name is wrong, so that's why I didn't import it. Now this returns back okay, yeah, let's do it here instead. Then we will do parse uint. We'll pass it the width. We'll get back the width here and then the error. So if error is not equal to nil, we will just return error. Currently it doesn't return errors, but yeah, we'll have to manage that as well now, but that is fine. So let me do a nil here, and then over here we also want to return an error. Let's wrap it in parens. So now this is returning an error, but it should return nil an error. Right, so this is now happy, but then we can just use width here now, because width has now been converted to uint value. Okay, now it's uint 64, but it wants it to be uint. Okay. What's with this too few arguments? Okay, does it need more arguments? It needs the int size. So how about we do I don't think there's a way to do this where we convert it to, okay, byte size can, yeah, it's I think like we'll have to see like the current architecture, and based on that set the byte size, whether it's 32 or 64, I think. But let's see, convert string to uint. Have to mention Golang here as well. Okay, this is something related to image magic, but okay, they have the same problem here as well. So what they are suggesting is do width 10 and 32. Okay, then they sort of convert it to uint. Okay, I think we can do parse uint, and this would be width and then 32. Okay, so this is now, oh, there's still some error. So this requires 3 arguments. Base int is decimal. Now this gives us back I think I can do like a, if there's no error, we'll do width equal to uint and then pass it width. This will convert it back to uint, I think. Thought it would. Cannot use uint width value of type uint as, yeah, it doesn't take this value, so that doesn't really work. Is it width that wouldn't take it, or is it something else? Uint, yeah. Oh, okay, no, I think like, yeah, it's the width thing, so let's just use it directly here because width is already uint 64. Okay, so we can do uint width, which is 64, and it will convert it. I think this should satisfy. Yeah, this is working as expected. Now we have the resized image. We get the bounds from this. I think we only do this if we really want to convert it into grayscale, so we'll do another check here. So if len of colored, right, so if we are going to require colored images, then we don't need to convert it into grayscale, right? So although I think like it should be colored by default and then grayscale, right? That makes more sense. So let's rename this. So grayscale, gray, maybe gray seems better. So we get gray here, right? And this is passed from the main, so this would, the query would be called gray here as well, and then gray here, similarly here, and right here as well. What is this complaining about? That cannot initialize one variable with two values. Oh, okay, yeah, it's throwing errors now, so we'll have to catch errors. I think that should fix that. It's not throwing errors for not catching errors, but let's come back to that. So we'll say like if gray is greater than 0, just convert it to grayscale, right? That is it. So what we do in that case is we return the gray collage. We create this new image, right? So we return the gray collage. Otherwise we just return resized collage comma nil. This seems right to me. Okay, let's try it out. I think there might be some errors, but so far nothing we can see. So this should be 1920 by 1880, 1080, and then colored. Yeah. So what if we just pass it gray is true? Right, we get a gray collage. And then what if we pass it a width of say 100? Nice. What about like 2000? And this will take a while to convert to gray, but yeah, I think it does it. What about 20,000? Like how slow is that? Hopefully it's not more than 20,000. Yeah, it's 20,000. Okay, not too slow for that matter. All right. Is it really 20,000? Yeah, this one seems like 20,000. or rather, like, I think like it won't upscale it, so it will be what its original size is. Okay. Okay, that is fine. I don't think we want to upscale anyways. So this is working as expected. So if I go back here, yeah, it's working as expected. The only thing is that I want to get rid of a few changes. So one would be, let's remove this and then go here on image manipulation. I don't want to resize it by default, right? Or should we do it? I think we should do it, because like why load a bigger image for no reason? It's up to the user how big they want it to be. That should be it. Okay, so with this I think we can go ahead and review what we have right now. So the changes that we have is we got rid of this log statement, this log here as well. We converted this to strings. This is okay. We need to handle this in the within the API. So let's open this up. So let's open main, and then let's also open API index.go. Right, so we need to do something similar like this, where we, I think like it's the same Go API, which is good, unlike AWS, which has like a completely different API. We take these values from here, we pull them here, and then we pass them to image manipulate, and then rest of the error checking and all of that it will take care of. I don't know what values it takes in, so let's look at it here. It takes in gray and width, so we'll provide it in that order. So gray and width, right? I think should be happy by now, unless I've missed something. Cannot. Okay, yeah, we need to do error handling here as well, so we will do the same thing here. We'll check for error, and I'm sorry for the background noise. Yeah, I think we'll just do the same thing here. Like if there is an error, we'll just write it failed to load the image. I think this is sufficient, and we can return what is wrong now. Here expected declaration found buff. Okay, did I miss? Okay, where is the error check though? Oh yeah, so we'll do w.write failed to this is failed to manipulate the image, right? Why is failed throwing errors here? This is cannot convert failed to. Okay, yeah, this has to be a byte slice, so we'll convert this into a byte slice by just converting this into a string, like converting string into a byte slice. This is fine. We'll just copy this error over here and do a fail to download images. I think this is good enough. We also have encoding, so encoding has errors as well, so we'll do error check here, copy this thing over, so this would be failed to yeah, this error can be like this. So let's add some spaces so that it's distinguishable. I think this looks good. Yeah, we should add a return probably in all these cases. I'm not sure if array doesn't do that, right? So if I do like, yeah, it doesn't do that. I want something that will exit as well. Is there something that will exit? No. Let me see like if there's a better way to handle this. Like how do we handle errors in this case? We can do probably like a fatal or something. So this is template handlers. We do a redirect. We don't want to do. Yeah, HTTP error, right? This is what I wanted. I had completely forgotten about this. So we'll do. Is there a complete program here? This is a redirect, which is fine. Do they still want us to do w dot write? The write is not there at all actually. But this is also like working with templates, not with raw values. But I think like w dot write is fine. We just let's look at redirects and HTTP errors. This is a redirect. We want error. Yeah. So we can do HTTP dot error. On the response writer, we'll do error dot error, and then we'll do HTTP status internal server error is fine. Why is this complaining? Does it need some arguments? Oh yeah, it's not error, it's the current instance of error. So we can get rid of this. I think let's copy this over in all the cases, and same thing here as well. I don't think we need to return this. Let's look at render templates takes in this thing, and then yeah, but they were returning here. Yeah, we do need to return. My assumption here was right that we would need to return, so let's return so that it doesn't proceed forward. So yeah, I think it's looking good. Empty, yes. Do we have any additional files that we don't need? No, I think like it looks good. I do want to move this main.go to a command, but let's first push these changes. Okay, let's push it up. Let's see like what is the go command pattern. What? Yeah, I don't know like what is the convention here, but let's take a look. Let's go to Yeah, command go something like this. This is actually I think like a command package, is it? No. Yeah, I want to see like what the convention is. But let's see if deployment started. Yeah, I think it's already up. So if I go to API directly, it should give me 1920 and a color image. Yeah. Let's look at the timing. So it's nearing 5 seconds. Even though it didn't have to color it, but yeah, follow-ups are fast. So what if I say gray is equal to true? So gray is the whole thing is gray now, although yeah, this was faster, and then yeah, follow-ups are faster. Now let's say I want a width of 200. This will be slower comparatively because it has to resize and all of that, but yeah, within 3 seconds. So this is working as expected. Yeah, it doesn't take in base URL and regex currently. I think we should make those configurable as well, then try it on something else. So and this has a hard requirement of 24 as well. So I think like that is something I can do off stream if I really feel the need to do it. But yeah, it does make sense. But yeah, not right now, I think. So that said, I think we have reached feature parity here, right? So I think we can do an introduction. Let me open up the one we did for bytes. You can just use a similar template here as well. So this page, this will be called collage, right? Something like this, without a dash. Then to set up the setup would be setup we just need to do clone the repository, run go get run go run in.go. Let's see, can we take some screenshots before I do? I think we can just do images, right? So this would be screenshots would be, and then 1, 2 and 3 I think we can do. This is fine, these details are fine. To do's I think can get rid of, and let's sort of the application is built is currently built in a way that you can that in a way that if you connect with Vercel if you connect I think like it would be connect your GitHub account, connect the repository with Vercel, you would be able to the application is built in a way that you connect the repository with Vercel, you will I think like I'm just overcomplicating the sentence. You can just say like to deploy connect the repository with I think this is sufficient. I think what this does is the application takes in the following or let's not do architecture, like I don't really want to talk about the architecture, but rather like usage is something we can talk about. Usage I think like if we are talking about usage, then we'll have to make the base URL and the regex configurable. So let me assume that they are by default the image is of width 1920 pixels and colored. However, to change the width and color, you can pass the following query parameters. So this would be gray, true, to convert the image to grayscale, and then width would be say like 900 to resize the width to 900 pixels. The height will automatically maintain the aspect ratio. And similarly, the base URL and the images on the page can be configurable as well. However, I think like let's not do a however. Let's like with however I wanted to say that these are set to the accelerant domain, but I don't think like there's a lot of value in defaulting it to that. So this would be configurable as using query parameters. So there would be a URL would be say something like should be the whole thing, and this would be this introduces a more complexity wherein like we have to encode and decode URL strings. But yeah, let's see. So this would be, we don't need to encode, just decode. So this would be say like HTTPS. Yeah, let's use our example in this case. So this would be from download. So somewhere from here where is accelerant. Yeah. So let's say 0. Okay, didn't copy the right thing, but let's see, register, which value is this? 0, right? This would be go on. Okay, so the URL would be something like this, although it's not this. So that means that we need multiple things, right? Like, because okay, let's see, we'll make it configurable. So the URL would be just this, and images would be another, it would be a regex. So let's copy the regex over. Where is our regex for that matter? Why is this not working? Okay. So regex is passed to get picture, which is I think coming from main. Oh yeah, it is configurable here, so that's good. You don't need to do a lot of work then. You just need to let's paste it over here. Let's see what we get back. Okay, this looks fine. Okay, so this is our regex. So let's create a screenshots directory. All right, and then I think I can save this one, -o this thing, and then we can also do, does it automatically escape this? Okay, gray is equal to true. Oh, okay, let's see, like, are both these gray? No. Good, this is working. And then we can also do width is equal to 500, but then this will override the existing one, I think. No, it didn't. So this is 500, right? So this would be screenshot -1. This would be screenshot -2, and this would be screenshot -3. How about now? All of these are missing the extension, but before that, let's see, did we really want screenshot dash or something else? Yeah, it's one.png, right? So let's rename all of these. We want to rename, find and replace screenshot dash with a empty. So rename those, and then rename original name dot png, right? So yeah, I think this should be fine. If I go to this path from here, it says destination provider not found in current document. So it's screenshots, and then we have one.png. So why doesn't it work? Screenshots one.png. So if I cat readme here, and then copy this thing to a cat over here for this path, yeah, it does take, I think it's fine. Maybe it's just Vim that is having trouble. Oh yeah, I just have to do like a go to file. No, that doesn't work either. No, it does go to it. So okay, that's fine. I was trying to go to the definition. So this is fine. Now we just need to make the base URL and the regex configurable, and also not just that, we want to take a URL, pull out the base URL from it, and then pull out the rest of the string from it. It's going to be a bunch of work, but let's see. So yeah, I think like yeah, let's see. I think these values should be environment variables rather than anything else, right? Like I don't want to build a service currently, because like also passing URL and this regex would be difficult. But okay, so download pictures, right? So mm, okay, I'm thinking like what would it look like. So if we do URL is something like this, and then images would be, yeah, it's going to be pretty long. Can't for some reason select within the backticks. So this would look something like this. It's a pretty big URL, and then this has very, it's really difficult to sort of manage as such, I'd say. But I think like it's at the same time like it's fine. How about we do it like comes from multiple places, right? So we can do this file we don't really need to worry about. We go to api-index.go, right? API index go, we take in couple more parameters here. So one would be URL and other would be images, right? So this would be called so this would be URL and this would be images, right? But the problem here is I think let's keep it like this. Let's take this bit over to main.go so that we can try it out. Paste it over here, right? And then just do a log for these URL and images. We do a go run main.go, do a localhost 3000. Sorry, it's 80 actually. 80. Okay, so we get this. We don't get anything here, but let me do let's copy the about URL, right? So this is the about URL, and we'll say URL is equal to this thing. Okay, we get this back correctly, which is fine, but then now we want the regex. So let me cat out main.go. Copy this. I'm not sure if it has copied it correctly, but let's see. And images would be, yeah, there is this space and a line here. Now see what it gives us back. So we are not getting anything here as the second parameter for some reason. It's called images, so not image. So we get this regex back correctly as well, so I don't think it's really a problem. We don't need to do anything with the URLs. So what if I go to main.go, so we don't make a copy of this, then use URL and images. But then images here, does it work? Because it's currently a string. What does this need? This, okay, regex is always going to be a string, so this is fine. Let's start this. If it gives us back the correct image, then it's working correctly, but it doesn't, right? So immediately I see like, no, this is fine. What is wrong here that it doesn't work? Let's copy this over. So URI decode Golang. I think like it is this part that we need to do. Okay, from URL decoding in Golang. Okay, apparently there is a site called URL Decoder just for this. So it's URL unescape. Okay, what if we do URL query unescape string, right? So what does this give us back? Okay, so this can't be URL, this would be URI. It's stupid, but yeah, why doesn't this work? It says initialized with one value. This gives us back one value, right? But what does it require? Okay, we need to do error checking here. Yeah, let's throw away the error for now, right? And just use URI here. And then can I do something like this? No, I think we can rename the imports in Go. How about this? Okay, let's not worry about this right now. We'll just call it URI, and then same thing for this as well. URL query unescape, and then drop the error, and then yeah, I think it remains the same. So let's try it out. Nope, it doesn't work. Okay, and it prints the correct value on the screen, so that is my trouble here. Do we get any errors? Okay, yeah, it's not really able to find it. I think it's just the way the value is being passed. So this seems okay. Yeah, this has to be URI instead. Still doesn't help. Unsupported protocol scheme. Okay, failed to download. Yeah, this is what we wanted, right? Like the URLs. Oh yeah, okay. This is because yeah, let's see why this is. So this takes in URL string and regex. So we go to get HTML, we get the URL, and which part does it throw there? Failed to get the about page. Okay, failed to get the about page. Okay, so this happens immediately. Can we print it in a way that it logs every what are the various values that we can print is something I wanted to Golang. I think printf's documentation might have it. Does it have like any percent something verbs, right? So these are called verbs. So Golang print verb. Yeah, formatting tutorial. I think like this might be binary. V is default. Go syntax, type of the value. D is based in, these are all I think like numbers, characters, floats, strings we want, right? Like let's do %q. This would be not printf but rather printf. What is the issue? It's go run main go. Let's do this up here. Okay, fail to download, fail to get this, get unsupported protocol scheme. Where is the URL for that matter? Like, we don't have the URL at all. So if we go to main.go, is it even printing the URL? Because there's no URI at all, so that is the problem. Okay, how about we don't do this? Is the UR okay? My goodness, like this hasn't been updated. What a waste of time. Okay, this time we get the correct URL, but it still doesn't work. Okay, so what if we do this is our URI, this is being passed over here. So is it throwing the same error like unable to download? It doesn't throw any errors at all. It returns back the image, so that is not a problem now. So if we go to main and then here it works fine, it goes to download picture. So maybe it's a issue with regex now, because we do get the pictures and then we try to run regex on it. Regex gives us a result, so let's print out the result to see if we find anything. Result is empty, so the image is empty as well. So in that case we go to downloads. Let's take this print, take it over here, print it out. Maybe this is also empty. Let's keep the print as such. This is the regex. I think we don't want to escape this, so that might be the problem. Okay, so how do we deal with this in that case? How about we just go to main, don't escape this, right? Like just remove, just in that case just do query.get images, just use this image is declared but not used. Okay, let's comment this out for a sec and yeah, still printing this out like this. Is this what we are passing it, by the way? Who knows if this is what we are passing it all along? No, there's just a space and so on, so I don't think it has any backslashes. No. So if we just immediately do a fmt.println regex, and the value would be query dot get, this would be called images. Right, so immediately if we print it out, why doesn't it print out the regex immediately? It says regex here. Just give me a second. Okay, so I think the regex has some problems. Here it's printing it correctly. But yeah, I think it has some issues with escaping the characters. I do need to wrap up in like 10 minutes from now, so I'll wrap up by 11:25. Let's see regex here. So yeah, this can be quotes, can be, this looks fine, like our regex looks fine as well. We just use backticks, that is the only difference. So if I go to download regex here, right, so this is our regex. What if I do like echo %20? It doesn't do that, like at least the terminal won't do this. Now what is the issue in this case then? Are we passing it the right regex? So what if we are doing all of this? It's just sort of converting spaces into %20, and I think like everything else is the same, so there are no changes there. Although there's one more. Oh, there's one more equal to, right? So no, this is the same equal to. Let's add quotes around it, but there are already some things, some quotes around it already for this thing for 300, right? I'm wondering like maybe it needs escaping or something, so let's do single quotes maybe. I don't know if that works. Let's restart this. Do we need to do single quotes? Yeah, I think it's already converted those to %27. And now we have single quotes here, so that doesn't really add value. This is without single quotes. So this looks good. What else? What else can we do here so that it works? Like I think like we do need to escape. So if I go to main, what if we just turn this back on, right? And then use images here. Now we'll have these backslashes, which to me still seems fine. Oh, but then these backslashes are escaping double quotes. Okay, what if we... No, we can't replace this. That is our problem here. But the program is getting... What is this regex? Are we even using it correctly? Download. So regex, where do we say regex explicitly? I think it's in the main go. Yeah, right here. So this is okay. What if I copy over this value, go to the about page here, and then go to regex here to test this out. So let's put in the expression. Let's bring in the markup as well. This is the markup, right? So let me bring in all of this. I'll do edit and copy over this. Like this is going to be a lot of markup, but I think like it can take it. So now let's see, like what can we escape? Like, can I escape this slash and this slash and this slash and this slash? For that matter, is there a slash even here? Yeah, there's one here. Then this thing, then this thing, and this. Still doesn't find anything. But it looks similar to what we had earlier. Alright, we had a class employee avatar with a /s space. Image is like so, the slash space with the quote here, and then width. Yeah, this all looks fine to me. But why isn't it able to find? Like if I just get rid of all of this, it should find employee avatar at least. And now paste this. I'm telling it there can be n number of spaces, white spaces, tabs, lines, break, and like it matches all of that. And we are saying that what if I do a plus here? No. What if I move this here and then check? No. What is this character? A space, right? So I'm saying space and then this doesn't work either. You're saying image starts with some. Why is there a space here? there shouldn't be space in front of JPEG, right? Like, let's see main.go. Yeah, I think like it's doing something incorrectly here. It should be a plus sign. That's incorrect. Let's move it forward. So we have employee avatar /s. There's a plus over here so that there can be multiple spaces. And then we have image, we have source, we have JPEG, ends with a slash, and there's a plus here. Yeah, I think like it's already started working. So I think like the way we are converting this to from a string to a regex is, so what was the package that we are using? It's called query and escape regex Golang. Is there something around this that is available? Problem with query and escape. I think there should be something that we can do to mitigate a situation where we have regex. Does they take more parameters or something like that? Decode Unicode escape characteristics in a string. I don't think we should encourage it by sharing. Anybody can write a package, but such a function probably should be more careful in allocation. Okay, they are doing this, doing a regex compile, but yeah, how are they sort of cleaning it up? They are doing unquote. Right. Yeah, I think I'll have to look into it into more detail. I don't right now think I have a complete understanding of this. Right? So unescape we were using, but this doesn't really help us. So converting a regex into something that can be, converting a regex into a string and then again to a regex is difficult. So we'll have to figure out a different way, or yeah, even if it's part of the headers or environment variables, any of that wouldn't work. So I'll have to see. So I'll wrap up the stream right here, and we'll connect back maybe in the evening today. All right, thank you folks. Bye bye.